Operant conditioning is when a voluntary behavior is learned through association. This occurs when an animal links a behavior to a reward. In the operant chamber, Remi has learned to associate the behavior of pushing the bar with the reward of a sugar pellet. In operant conditioning, acquisition is when an animal first associates a consequence with a specific behavior. Remi experiences acquisition when she associates the sugar pellet with pushing the bar. A fixed ratio schedule is when there's a set number of actions that must be performed before a consequence occurs. In the operant chamber, Remi must push the bar just once to get the sugar pellet, but will eventually learn to push the bar 5 times before receiving a sugar pellet.
Shaping is the process of rewarding a behavior step by step until the final goal is reached. We use shaping with Remi to teach her how to be a ramp basketball star. Every time Remi touched the ball or nudged it around, we rewarded her with a sugar pellet. This was done until she was able to actually put the ball in the basket.
Extinction is when the unconditioned stimulus is no longer paired with the conditioned stimulus, and the conditioned response stops. When we were trying to teach Remi how to walk on her hind legs, she would do it successfully if we had food in our hands to reward her. However, when we took the food away, she would get distracted and unmotivated to walk.
Positive reinforcement is when a pleasant stimulus is added in order to increase a certain behavior. When Remi walks on her hind legs, we give her food as a reward so she continues to do the behavior.
Positive punishment is when you add a stimulus to decrease a certain behavior. When Remi would start cleaning herself instead of doing the tricks we wanted her to do, we would tap her on the nose to make her stop.
Primary reinforcers are biological needs that come naturally, so animals automatically do the behaviors required to get them. For Remi, a primary reinforcer is cheese, which we use to reward her for pushing the marble. Associative learning is when an animal realizes that certain events occur together. Remi has learned that pushing a marble and getting cheese go together.
A cognitive map is a mental representation of the layout of one's environment. Remi made a cognitive map of the maze, which allowed her to mentally picture the layout of the maze in her mind and go through it without being led by her hands.